Hey, good morning. Wow, I see we got 4 on already. That's awesome. I'm here, got my Batman shirt on. I've got some product in my hair. I'm ready to go. You guys ready to go? Oh, we lost one already. Maybe it was the Batman shirt. How you feeling today? It's no longer Monday. There's your positive thinking for the day. It's no longer Monday. We'll give it maybe another minute or so to see if anybody else jumps on. I keep seeing it drop down from 4, 2, 1. I'm guessing some people have some spotty internet connections, which is horrible right now. Looks like it's going to be mostly clear and cold for much of the week. It would be nice to have some weather like we had this past weekend. However, so today we're going to be doing a 7x7 workout, strength focused. My wife made me promise there will be no cardio. I'm not going to promise your heart rate's not going to get up there, but we're not doing any specific cardio work today. So we're going to do a warm up, a mat based warm up. So if you need a mat, go ahead and grab a mat. Otherwise, if you are comfortable just being on the floor, that's perfectly okay. Oh, now she chimes in and says, awesome. The only time she talks is when I agree with her, apparently. So we're going to do a warm up that's mat based. And then we're going to do a 7 exercise circuit for 7 rounds. And really it's 5 exercises, but 2 of those are a right side, left side exercise. So I'm counting those as part of the 7. Before we start, I need my timer. Which helps keep me honest with timing these circuits out. The Gym Next Flex Timer, which so far is the most versatile and best timer that I have actually used. Round based, we're going 40 to 49 rounds because there's 7 rounds of 7 exercises. We're going 30 seconds per exercise today, with 10 seconds of recovery in between rounds. And you're going to be glad for that 10 seconds of recovery, as will I'm sure. All right, we got 3 here. We're going to get this workout rolling. I've got my timer set. I hope you've got your mat. I hope you've got your bottle of water. And I hope you brought your get up and go, because we're going to get down and move. Starting in 10, we're going to start supine heel taps on the floor, feet on the floor. You can hold your neck if you want. We're going to alternate tapping the heels. Don't get real far out away from your body here. You want your heels a little closer in. The farther out you go, the more torque you get. So the more those abs have to work, which is normally fine, but we're just looking at warming up today. And actually, I started the timer a little bit early because we don't need it quite yet. What we need is just, there we go, okay. So we did those supine heel taps. We're gonna go into bird dogs. I didn't need to start the timer until we actually started making sense, that's a problem. On all fours, opposite hand, leg, reach out. So smooth, controlled, not fast, but not slow. Let's go 1 more each side, 2 and 1. Nice. We're going to go from that bird dog And we're just warming up the main muscles and joints that we're going to be using today. From that bird dog, we're going to go into a kneeling hip hinge. So it's kind of a cross between a squat, sit back, not leaning forward in this like we did last week. Kind of getting those glutes and quads moving. So you want to think, engage right here from the bottom as you push those hips up and forward. Let's do 2 more. 2 and 1. We're going to go from that kneeling position into a half kneeling position. I hope you're noticing a trend here. We've started on our backs. We moved into looking down at the mat. We moved into a 2-knee kneel. We're moving into a half kneel. We're going to twist over that up knee. Maybe you can see where this warm-up is going from here. Slowly getting up from the floor. Only go as far as you feel comfortable going right now. Don't try to force that range of motion. As you warm up, you'll naturally be able to move a little farther. Let's do 2 more here. Now my wife, I want to point this out this morning. My wife this morning said, why can't we just do stretching as a warm-up? Stretching is actually not an effective warm-up. It does not get your muscles warm. And stretching a cold muscle is like stretching a frozen rubber band or a frozen piece of chewing gum. It's just going to snap eventually. Muscles like to be warm before they're stretched out. So you should never stretch out a muscle that's cold. First of all, we're going to go 2 more, 2 and 1. And second of all, stretching can actually, we're going to go into a standing position if you hadn't guessed that already. Stretching can actually reduce your power, your power output in dynamic exercises. So we'll go back to that rubber band analogy. If you think about a rubber band that's been stretched out too many times and it gets all floppy and suddenly it loses all of its elasticity, muscles like to be elastic. And if you're preparing to do strength workout, if you're preparing to do a dynamic like a power workout or like track or something like that, you want those muscles to have some stretch and snap in them because that's where you get the power. That's where you get the ability to move a lot of weight. That's where you get the ability to run fast, jump high, etc. And if you stretch those muscles out before you work out, let's go 1 more each side. If you stretch those muscles out before you work out, you're losing all that stretch, snap effect in the muscle. Okay, you're making the muscle a little too loose. It's not going to be able to effectively return to its original position, which is where you're able to get that power in the muscle from. So, moving into our last one, we're going to do a reach out and squat. I want you to lean forward into this today. So we're getting a lean forward in this squat, but not a slouch forward. We're not slouching in that squat. I want you to think keeping that back up and flat so that spine is long and not slouched over. So what is a good warm-up, Roy? A good warm-up is anything that gets those muscles and joints moving through the planes of motion that you would expect to do during your activity or during your warm-up. We're going to do 2 more here. 2 and 1. All right. So there have actually been some studies on this. And specifically, the one I'm thinking about is a study on soccer players. And soccer players were more likely to injure themselves if they stretched out before playing than if they stretched out after. Now, That being said, there are times when, as a personal trainer, I will have a client stretch some specific areas before a workout. So if, for example, I know that this client tends to be really tight through the pecs, tends to be really tight through the lats, and as a result, they have trouble getting their hands up overhead, or they're like this when they're in a fully extended position, fully flexed position, I should say, and they can't get up overhead here without doing something to compensate, then I will have them warm up those tight muscles a little bit and stretch or roll them out before we work out so that that tightness is gone and that range of motion is restored. So stretching before a workout just as a warm-up, there's some controversy there, and you could really argue that no, that's bad. But stretching before a workout to improve your range of motion in areas that are typically very tight for you, that's a huge plus. And there's my voice volley tip of the day. So 7 rounds, 7 exercises. Okay, I'm going to show you what the 7 exercises are real quick, and then we're going to get into the 7th round. Okay, so the first exercise, we're going to do a forward hinge out to the side. We're going to windmill down, windmill down, windmill down. Okay, that's exercise 1. Exercise number 2, we're going to do a figure 4 half sit-up. Terry said everybody hates these. I agree. We're going to do a figure 4. I'm going to thread through and sit up, thread through and sit up, thread through and sit up. One side and the other side. That's exercises 2 and 3. Exercise 4, bridge, hold, march, and kick out. March and kick out. Focus on keeping those glutes engaged, that core engaged to maintain that stability. Exercise numbers 5 and 6. Side plank, either up on your foot or on your knee. If you need something less intense, with that top leg, we're going to tap forward, back, forward, back. If you're on your foot, it looks like forward, back, forward, back. Exercise number 7. I call this the mermaid. It's kind of like a Superman, but instead of reaching out, we're going to reach back. So if you think a mermaid sculpture on the front of a ship, or think Ariel from The Little Mermaid, and I love that scene where she comes up and she bursts out of the water and she's like this. That's the mermaid. Here, lift up and down. Lift up and down. Lift up and down. So those are your 7 exercises. I'm going to get my 49 rounds of 30 seconds each exercise with 10 seconds recovery. Have your water nearby so you can take a really elevated rainbows. Come on. No, it's a mermaid. All right. In 10 seconds, we're going to go. Forward hinge windmill. 3, ready? 1. Touchdown, touchdown. Going for 30 seconds. You go as slow or as quick as you feel like you can with control. Here's a tip. The quicker you go, the quicker that heart rate gets up. The slower you go, the more you're going to feel those muscles work. 2, 1, 10 seconds rest. The more you're going to feel those muscles work, and that heart rate will get up. 3, figure 4 half sit up. Here we go. 1, go. Remember, 30 seconds each side. So you can either go one hand behind your head, you can go elbow on the floor as kind of a little bridge. You can go elbow or a hand on your shoulder, whichever method you feel most comfortable or confident with today. I know comfort is relative. 1, rest. 10 seconds recovery before we switch to the other side. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Half sit up, reach through. It doesn't work for me to try to look at the screen while I do this. I just can't turn my neck that far and do a half set at the same time. So I'm not going to look at the screen right now. It's not that I'm ignoring you. Three, two, one, and 10 seconds recovery into bridge and march with a kick out. 3, 2, 1. Hold that bridge, march and kick, march and kick. 1. Singular sensation, every little step she takes. That's all I can sing, otherwise I have to pay royalties on that song. Engage through here, engage through here. 3, 2, 1, and 10 seconds recovery into that side plank, forward, backward tap with the top foot. Here we go, ready? Tap, 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 tap. Now, I'm doing up on my foot. If you feel like you need to do down on your knee, that's okay. We're halfway there. Through this exercise, it is not through the whole workout. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest. 30 seconds. We got 10 seconds recovery before the next 30-second round. Either on your foot or on your knee. Side plank, tap forward and back. Here we go. Boy, whose idea was it to do 30 seconds of these today, huh? Thanks a lot, Carrie. I'm kidding, it wasn't her. 5, 2, 1. 10 seconds recovery into mermaids. In 5, 3, 2, 1, go. Up and back, down. As you extend that spine, think about engaging through the glutes and through the upper back, especially. You're going to get a lot more muscle engaging than just that. But focus on those 2 areas. Glutes, upper back. 10 seconds recovery. Back up to the top. Are you noticing a little bit of a core theme in this today? 3, 2, 1, go. Touch. Touch. I haven't even had any coffee yet today. Imagine what's going to be like once I have a big cup of coffee from the open door. Shout out to the open door, who is still open right now. Call ahead for your order. You can just walk up, 5 seconds, but it makes things a lot nicer. 10 seconds recovery. It makes things a lot nicer if you call ahead so you can just pick it up. Elevated rainbow. 3, 2. Half set up. Here we go. Three, two, one. 10 seconds recovery. Now I'm going to switch sides so I can still look at the people. Somebody needs to keep you in line. 3, 2. Here we go. Go. Feel those abs. Focus on your obliques. 5 seconds. Again, going as slow or as quick as you feel like you need. We got 10 seconds to recover. Bridge with the march and kick out. Here we go. Get those hips up. And just like the karate kicks we did yesterday, I want you to think about flicking that foot out in front of you from the knee. Whatever you need to do with your hands is perfectly okay. Just keep them to yourself unless you've got hand sanitizer. 2, 1, 10 seconds, side plank, tap forward and back. 3, 3. Here we go. Again, whatever you want to do with this hand is fine. If you need to balance, fingertips down, but I don't want you to feel like you're bracing yourself there. That brace should come from here and from here. Five seconds. 2, 1, 10 seconds. Just switch to the other side. Get a drink of water real quick if you need to. 2, 1, here we go. Ten seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds recovery. Mermaids. My name is more fun. 3, 2. Here we go. 1, go. Again, think glutes and upper back. Three, 2, 1. 10 seconds. Come back up to the top. Get ready for that windmill. 3, 2, 1. Go. Windmilling, you keep going. I saw a little snarky comment pop up, so I'm going to take a look at it. Elevated rainbows. These are totally mermaids. Okay. Thank you. All right, I will agree to call the side planks rainbows. That's kind of a fun name, and I can see that being appropriate. So, 10 seconds. So I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. Half set up. 3, 2, 1, go. Reaching through that figure 4. Three, 2, 1. 10 seconds recovery. Switching to the other side. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Not much to think about here other than the abs. Maybe balance. 2, 1. 10 seconds recovery. Bridge and march. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Again, wherever you want to go with your hands is just fine. If you need them here for balance, great. If you prefer just keeping them crossed and imagining you're a Russian Cossack dancer, that's all right. You go, hey, hey, hey. Make things a little bit more fun for you. 10 second recovery, get that upper body involved a little bit. That'll work. Elevated rainbow. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Forward, back, forward, back. Wherever you want to go with your hand is just fine. I'm using mine to kind of counterbalance a little bit. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Other side. Here we go. 1. Go. 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Rest. 10 seconds recovery. Mermaids. 3, 2, 1. Go. Boy, I hope some evil sea witch doesn't come and steal my voice. How am I going to lead online classes? 3, 2, 1. Rest. 10 seconds recovery, back up to the top. That's the end of round 3. We are almost halfway through. 3, 2, 1. Go. 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds rest. Getting ready for that figure 4 half sit up. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Rest. 10 seconds recovery. Switching to the other side. 3, 2, 1. Go. Three, 2, 1. 10 seconds into elevated rainbow, right? 3, 2. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I can't keep up with you, chatty ladies. Ten seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, rest. Now, you know we're past the halfway point now. Just slightly. Here we go. 1, 2. 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, rest. Oh, we missed the bridge and march. We missed the bridge and march. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Bridge and march. It kind of ruined my organization. I was doing unilateral exercise back to back with bilateral exercises. So exercises that were single-sided with exercises that were not single-sided. 3, 2, 1, rest. Mermaids. 3, 2, 1, go. Mermaids. Upper back and glutes. Think about upper back and glutes. 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, that concludes round 4. We got 3 more rounds to get through, starting with that windmill. 1, 2. Feel those abs. Feel those hamstrings. Feel those muscles all through the back working. You're going to feel shoulders. 3, 2, 1, rest. Into half sit up. 3, 2. Here we go. Go. Three, 2, 1, rest. 10 seconds, transition to the other side. 3, 2, 1, here we go. I don't feel as balanced on this side, which is very normal. I feel a little more tippy here, and I suspect that most of you also feel a little more tippy when your left foot is up off the floor. There's actually some science behind that. 10 seconds recovery. I'm not going to bore you with the blah, 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 science of it. But about 99% of people balance better on their left foot than their right foot. Bridge and kick. There's no business like show business, like no business I know. Glutes and abs. Look to the quads. 10 seconds break. Side plank. Elevated rainbow. 3, 2. Ready? Here we go. 10 seconds to go. Again, you can do on your foot or on your knee. Either way, if you're joining us late, on the knee like that. 10 seconds recovery. Transition to the other side. 3. Get up on your knee or your foot. Either way is perfectly acceptable. Everybody works at a different level. Not everybody is at the same level of strength or endurance. Not everybody has the same level of confidence. That is okay. As long as you are working to improve yourself, 5 seconds, as long as, there you go, as long as you're not satisfied staying where you are, that's the big thing. 3. Mermaids. 1. Go. And there's somebody who was not satisfied staying where she was. The Little Mermaid. Reach those hands back, squeeze together those shoulder blades, feel that upper back work, feel those glutes kick in. 10 seconds recovery. That was round 5. 2 rounds to go. Back up to the top. You guys are going to make it through this. You're going to do it. 1. Windmill. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds recovery. Into. Half sit up. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Again, with this one, wherever your hand wants to go is fine. Behind your head is okay. Across your shoulder is okay. If you want to reach out, so you get a little bit more lean up, or put that elbow down and brace, perfectly okay. 3, 2, 1, rest. Transitioning to the other side. 3, 2, 1, here we go. This is round 38. Out of 49. Look how far you've come. You've got 38 rounds out of the way. 11 more to go. 10 more to go. No, 11. 11 more to go. Do your math, Roy. 11 is nothing. 10 seconds break. 11 is nothing compared to the 39 that we're going to have gone through after this. 1, go. Kick, kick, kick. Try and keep those hips as stable as you can. Engage through the glutes. Keep them parallel to the floor. Try to keep them up. Up, up, up. 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds break. Side plank. Elevated rainbow. Here we go. Go. Again, on your foot or on your knee. Either way, perfectly okay. Ten seconds to go. You know what I like best about these is they feel so good when you stop. 30 seconds. Take 10 to recover and switch to the other side. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Ten seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Mermaids. 3, 2, 1. Go. This is round 42. You know what that means? Only 7 more exercises remain after this. Just 7. 3, 2, 1, and 10 seconds recovery. Back up to the top. One last time through. You can do it. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. How's that core feeling? You feeling those abs? Don't type now. Keep doing these. Don't cheat yourself. You're not cheating me. I can't even see you. Don't cheat yourself. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Round 7. Half set up. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds recovery. Quick sip of water. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Three, 2, 1. Rest. Bridge and kick is coming up next. Get yourself prepared. In 3, 2, and go. Remember, keep that glute engaged on both sides. Keep those hips as extended as you can, up off the floor, nice and high. Try to keep those hips parallel to the floor. Glutes, core. 1 and 10 second recovery into the rainbow bridge. 2, 1, go. What was the name of the dude in Thor that was the keeper of the rainbow bridge? I'm drawing a blank on it right now. Come to me. Five seconds. 2, 1. 10 seconds transition to the other side. Hey, this is the last time. Here we go. Last time we have to do these today. 3 seconds. Time. 10 seconds recovery. Last exercise. Round 49. Mermaids. Glutes. Upper back. Core. Three, 2, 1. Done. Hey, you made it through. Awesome. Good for you. Bonus points for anybody who can tell me who that dude was that was the keeper of the Rainbow Bridge in Thor while we're stretching out. So here's what we're going to start with. Remember last week we did the Hollywood stretch? Start with your legs straight out in front of you. I'm going to bend one leg out, cross over. The opposite arm. So what I did was I bent my right leg. I'm going to reach across my body with my left elbow, get down to the outside of my right knee, and give this a gentle twist. Hollywood stretch. I call this a Hollywood stretch because I did this with a client once. I tried to explain to them the technical name for it, which is long and boring and hard to remember. And he said, I feel like a Hollywood superstar getting a glamour shot taken. So this is the Hollywood stretch. Hold that for a few more seconds. Nice. Now stretching out after your workout. Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't necessarily help prevent muscle soreness, because muscle soreness is a function of what's called micro tears in the muscle. When you're working a muscle, you build up tiny little tears, tiny little breaks in the muscle, and your body speeds to help heal that muscle, to repair it, and to build it up stronger, and so it can be more resilient against that stress and strain in the future. That's how muscles grow. That's how you develop more strength. That, and part of it's the brain-body connection, arguably even more so. However, stretching does not reduce or eliminate the soreness from that micro tearing. What stretching does do is it helps maintain your mobility and flexibility. Tony said, your dearest elbow. Yeah, I remember the actor, but I can't remember the name of the character. Let me go child's pose stretch. Okay, once you get down to that child's pose stretch, we're going to walk both of your hands a couple of steps over to your left. Feel that stretch down your left side, down that lat, which we've been using quite a bit today. Down into your oblique, which we've also used quite a bit today. We're going to hold that a few more seconds. You should be able to actually feel that muscle relax as you get to the point where your body responds to that stretch. We're going to move over to the right side. I love that feeling where you get into a stretch and you can tell, oh boy, that's really tight. I really worked that. And then suddenly, 20 seconds or so later, your body actually responds to that stretch. And you can feel that muscle loosen up. You can feel that joint improve its range of motion. It's like your muscle saying, ah. All right, into a big yawn. One hand low, one hand high. Really stretch it out. Feel abs, feel chest. maybe the shoulder a little bit. Other side. Helmdahl. I knew there was some sort of all or at the end. We're gonna relax down. Thank you. Bonus points there. Hold this for a few seconds more. As you roll up, don't come up too quick. You want to come up nice and easy. Think one vertebra at a time. Okay, start rolling it up nice and easy. Awesome. You know, we all have our special talents, don't we? I can name old movie quotes and I can recognize actors from different movies. I have cocktail party knowledge, according to my wife. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you. I hope you really enjoyed this today. I hope you felt like you got a lot out of it. I hope you realized that I wasn't lying when I said cardio. I will see you all tomorrow morning for my virtual workout number. I think it's going to be number 17 tomorrow. Boy, 17 of these. Wow. Stay healthy. Enjoy the weather today. It's chilly, but it's sunny out. So get out there and enjoy it. It was sunny when I got here, at least. Get out there and enjoy it. Go for a walk. Thank you, Julie. Go get a coffee from the open door or something. Bye.